Clubbing is back in Singapore and a batch of fresh meat can't wait to hit the dance floor. But what do us Lao Jiaos have to say about clubbing from our time? On this episode of IMO, we will give you some tips and tricks from our own personal clubbing experience and react to some crazy stories from our viewers. She suddenly pulled me closer and whispered one word that made me immediately tell my friends that let's call this off, and then we zao. She whispered, hotel. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of In My Opinion. Ooh, out of focus, my name is John.
My name is Alastair. And yes,
welcome to another episode. Before we go into any further, please remember to follow us on Instagram, Telegram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere that you can search Overthink SG, just search Overthink SG.
And just follow.
And then click on our links. Yeah.
I agree. And if any one of you are wondering why my camera kind of looks weird, I'm streaming off a webcam and I'm also, there's an audio technical mic in a sock right now because I don't have a pop filter because my family kinda COVID and I'm kind of just trying to stay in my room as much as possible and I don't have access to the equipment I normally have, so do forgive me for the next 2 weeks. It'll be just like that.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, you guys will get over it. But today, we are going to be talking about a new, in line with COVID, a new measure that has popped up, you know. Recently, it has been announced that nightlife will continue to resume in Singapore and there'll be, like, the restrictions will be lifted. So there will be karaoke, there will be, I'm assuming some deals will be back also.
Yeah,
and
the good news, right? Teo Heng's coming back, right?
Teo Heng is coming back, indeed. And in that spirit of like reopening and revisiting clubbing times, as most people have been doing on their Instagram stories, we decided to revisit some of our times.
From days of yore.
Yeah, from the good old days, you know, it's been a while. I don't remember the last time at a club, but since we are in that mood, why don't we all just reminisce together? So we're going to be sharing our own clubbing experiences. And I also asked the Overthink chat for some of their own clubbing experiences, and some of them are quite crazy. So we'll be reading them, and we will be also going through them together, and we're reacting to them. But John, you are not a very big clubbing guy, are you?
Never really liked clubbing.
Why not?
Never have, never will.
Why not?
Okay, two main reasons.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
as a man, every night, if I go
It's
club,
expensive as shit.
I need to pay cover.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Right, for all you T-series Zoomer kids out there who has never really experienced clubbing, right? Cover sucks. Cover is basically entrance fee.
It's like 50
Right? It's
bucks.
called cover. It's called cover charge, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Cover. I am not about that life.
It's like 50 bucks to go in the zoo, which is quite crazy.
Yeah.
It is quite crazy.
I don't even remember, but the moment the person... Okay, so what's the counter to cover, right? So people have things like guest lists.
Yeah.
Or like back then, right? The if I'm not wrong, I don't know if it's the Citibank or UOB card, right? Allow you to have like X number of guests to come in with you.
Yeah.
So I will only go in the off chance that one of my friends has a slot that allows me to enter without paying cover. That's the first one. Second reason why I'm not a big clubber, right? Is it's just an irritating place to be.
It's not a very enjoyable place to be. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Music is really loud. Now it does get you pumping. I'm not gonna deny that, but the music's really loud. And there are a lot of botak boys.
There are a lot of botak boys, yeah. There are a lot of NS guys. They're over there, and it's very crowded. The music is very loud. It sounds like a recipe for disaster, but I feel like there's so many bad things happening at once that, like, combined with the fact that you probably are drinking a little bit, it's quite enjoyable in my opinion.
No, but that being said, right? Like you can list this as bad things, but there is beauty in chaos, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why most people like, because it's like the adrenaline is the fact that it's like, wow, you feel a bit free that day and stuff like that.
It's basically a rave in an indoor place.
Yeah, Virtual Tears asks, women don't pay cover. For some clubs, they don't have to pay cover.
For ladies' night.
Yeah, for ladies' night, you don't have to.
No matter where in Singapore.
Yeah.
For ladies' night, ladies get priority. Most of the time, they don't need to be charged cover.
It's on Wednesdays nights for those people who are not sure.
And that's why the most popular nights have always been Wednesday nights.
But I don't even know whether ladies' nights will be a thing now that is reopening. Who knows, man? But do you have any clubbing stories? I mean, I've been to a couple of times. Do you remember your first time clubbing and how bad / good it was?
in fact, like as I was growing up, I did mention that I don't like clubbing. But before I arrived at this final destination of not liking clubbing in general, right? I used to like clubbing overseas.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like Singapore clubbing.
Interesting. Which country?
So, like for example, in Vietnam, right?
Convenient, yes.
I had a lot of fun in Ho Chi Minh after I ORD because we went there for a trip. Yeah, mostly Vietnam actually.
How was
Thailand, I
it?
never really ventured into the clubs because I was more enamored by the city and the outdoors. But how was it? It was really chaotic. It was really fun. The clubs are way bigger and more siam tiu concept. But overall, it's fun.
So you just don't like
As
the fact
compared
that
to
like
the-
someone is like rubbing up against you and like they're just like a bunch of
In
horny
Singapore,
people.
I don't like that other people are rubbing up against me.
Yeah.
And when I go clubbing back in the day, I like to be able to make new friends.
Yeah. Okay.
But if
yeah,
you club
that's
in
not a
Singapore,
place to make friends.
you will know that clubbing basically is dancing in circles of men with the girls in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? They will form that sacred protection circle,
Yeah.
which I'm guilty of as well.
Yeah, it's true though.
And
yeah,
then they'll
yeah.
just bounce up and down with their female friends in the middle also bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Who invented that? Good. That's a good question. Who
I have
invented
no
that
clue.
thing? Someone has to have started
It
with
was probably evolved out of necessity
Yeah.
because of predatory, perverted men.
Yeah. I mean, the club is not the best place to find a friend, or to quote Ed Sheeran, it's not the best place to find a lover. So the bar is where he goes. So, but like
Yes.
basically, it's not, you're not going there for a good time talking to someone. You're not going there to like I don't know, like have a deep intellectual discussion about like politics or anything. It's just you are there to dance and forget that you exist in the world.
Yeah, and be irresponsible after you drink.
Yeah, especially after you drink, like it's just you just want to be, I guess, drunk and loose. I remember my first time I went to a club, and it was, I think it was with a Tinder date. It was it was our first date actually, so we went with a friend, and then it was the first ever. I think I went to Cherry. That was the first club that I went to was Cherry.
Wow.
And like Cherry,
What a
for
youngin.
the old people, for the people who don't know Cherry, like for the younger people, right? Like Cherry at that time was like super unventilated. Like there's like no aircon. There's like, it's a very like like Singapore already very humid, but that place somehow like increases the humidity by like 5 times. I don't know fucking how. There's no aircon, there's no nothing, there's no fan. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But like for some reason, because you don't know, right? Like you feel like that was fine. And like I remember being like super awkward because I didn't drink. And I didn't exactly really want to drink either. So I was trying to be like as sober as possible. So I just went in there and I just like danced. But like, you know, when you are like sober, you don't like dance properly because you're very self-conscious. And I think that was what it was, how I felt. It was just me trying to bob up and down. And then I had no idea what the social customs were. And I remember I remember seeing like a few couples or like some people like making out, and that's a very common scene in clubs, right? Like there'll be just a bunch of people making out and they're kissing a lot. I don't know about COVID next time how it'll be like, but like for last time, there are a lot of people that are making out. And
Just a night of bad decisions that at the moment feel good.
hey, look, sometimes you just need the at the moment feel good kind of thing. But I remember being like, I was like a guy from Hwa Chong, right? Like I was from Hwa Chong. I wasn't exposed to this type of thing. And then I come in, then like next thing I know, there are like fucking like 5 couples around me making out. And like I don't know, doing God knows what. There are like people grinding on each other. And I'm just like, what have I gotten myself into? And I was also like, I can't believe that this exists and it's legal. And then from then on, I'm like, okay, you know what? I think also in a bit to fit in. And because there were a bunch of friends and stuff like that, everyone was like, hey, go and club lah.
You went to
Then-
find someone to make out with too.
No, I did not. I just went to a lot of clubs last in the
interesting.
following months. So I just kept going, and then I eventually grown to like enjoy it, but it's not like I want to go like every week or anything lah. It's one of those like every few months I like to go just to scratch the itch, and then go like I'm too old for this shit for the next like 5 months, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm young enough to do this again, and then I go again and then make that bad mistake again, and then continue doing that. The cycle just never ends. But
Interesting.
yeah, so like clubbing, I don't know, man. Like I think clubbing for the people who I always encourage people to go clubbing like at least once in their life, right? And I think
Mm.
that's something like I always encourage because like I feel like for the people who never club before, it's like a super new experience. Like you probably won't like there's no way to explain it until you in the club. You're like, wait a fucking minute, these things happen.
Yeah, it's definitely an educational experience lah.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
also,
go before, you will not know, like for example, about 3 o'clock lights on.
Have you ever made it to 3
You-
o'clock nights on?
Of course.
I don't think I made it to 3 o'clock nights on, to be honest with you.
Then you zao early.
I thought like 2 and I just go back home.
People zao early, right? Most of the time is tapao one.
No, I go back home and sleep, dude.
That's poor. Get good.
What do you mean get good? Blue Man says get good. What do you mean get good? My goodness. Denzel also says you're not going there to have a good time. You're going there to forget time exists. Yeah, correct. That's the whole point.
Interesting.
I do agree.
Virtual
Like,
says KL is 5 a.m. lights on. Yeah, but I think in Singapore, I don't know why the rule has been around 3 to 3:30.
what was your most crazy clubbing experience?
It actually happened in Vietnam. Allow me to tell you this story.
Go ahead.
Let's sit around the campfire once again
Damn right.
and listen to stories from John's youth.
How young were you? Set the stage. Set the stage for us.
18, 19?
Oh wow. Okay, that's young. Okay. I didn't expect it. To
That's
be that young.
the about to ORD age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it? No, about to ORD 1920.
18. Oh, 1920 is about the word. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
So,
Let's go.
once upon a time, I went to Vietnam
Yeah.
for holiday, right? Because I'd never been to Ho Chi Minh City before that. And I was like, my friends were like, hey, we'll go there. I was like, yeah, let's go, right?
Mm.
Let's go have fun, right? We go, and then it was like, la 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 la, and things were great. And then one of the nights, right, my friends and I were like, let's try clubbing, right? Let's try the clubs here.
Yeah.
Because they were more avid clubbers. And I was just like, I'm not really into that. But if it's overseas, never say never, right?
Yeah. Of course.
So we went into the club. And me being me, the usual instinct would be I don't want to hang with the same few people. I try to make some new friends,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I went to the dance floor and be like, la 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 la. And then I bump into this, pretty attractive Vietnamese lady.
Okay.
Yeah, we were dancing. Lancing, yeah. And then through conversation, I come to realize that, hey, this lady has 3 other friends. And I have 3 other friends.
Jeez.
Right? So we kind of made
No.
friends and we all paired up into this gigantic 8-friend group.
Yeah.
Cool so far, right? Cool
Still
so
within
far.
the COVID restrictions, by the way, but yes.
Back then, COVID was not a thing.
Yeah, but it's
But
cool
anyway,
to know
as
that
I
it's
was
still
saying,
within. Yes, go ahead.
You must understand this story is almost 11 years ago. But anyway, as
Yeah.
I was saying, right, then they brought us back to their table, right? And then they were like, oh, they could speak Chinese, thankfully. So they brought us back to the table and said like, oh, this is this girl's 18th birthday. We're celebrating, and then we got some food and drinks. Please come and drink with us. The normal shit, right? The girl that was dancing with me was the one that was the birthday, right?
Okay.
And for her, apparently, it was the first time she was at the
Clubbing
club.
lah. I mean, 18th birthday, what? Yeah. You'll be a bit worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So things got a little rowdy, right? And then like one of my friends got a little bit too drunk. I was still pretty sober. First red flag / incident, right?
Yeah.
So we were dancing. I was with this girl, the 18-year-old birthday girl. Then my friend grabbed my hand and
Yeah.
stuck it under her dress,
What the fuck? Why?
right? And then she was like no, And then I was like, I'm sorry, right?
What
So we were
the
dancing,
fuck?
dancing.
Your friend was drunk, I'm assuming.
Drunk as shit. Okay, this was the friend that eventually at the end of the night we make it back to the hotel. We had to like take off his pants and everything, and like he was just like,
That's kind of red flaggy though. Okay, but continue. Go ahead.
no. But I mean, we're in the story, right? So
Yes.
things were still okay, right? We were just chilling.
Sure.
But I think I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I think the girl that I was dancing with got super for the lack of a better word, got seduced.
I hate that.
Yeah?
I hate this story already. I don't know what to say. I just hate
seduced.
it. I hate this
So
story.
don't worry. Don't worry. The story does not end. Does not
I
end
hate this
in
story. Yeah,
any
continue going.
coitus. It doesn't end in coitus.
Okay,
right?
okay. I hate
So
it, but yes, continue.
basically, I was dancing. Then she was really attracted to me lah. Then the friends told me but I was not after sex.
Sure.
I just wanted to have fun. So during the dancing, all that kind of thing, we tried to switch partners to try to like keep things fun, right? It's fun to dance with someone else. But the girl didn't want to leave me, and that was the first indicator that she was a little bit enamored, you know?
I hate this story so fucking much.
Yeah, okay. Then
I
after
wanted to
that,
end ASAP.
as the night went on, right? As the night went on, I told my friends and said that like, hey, she seems to be really into me to the point whereby I think we need to move on and like go home. You know, or go back to our Airbnb. Right?
Yeah.
But like the friends were like, hey, you know, join us for supper. We'll bring you to Vietnamese food.
I mean, sure.
Sure. We don't know
Sure.
don't know a single thing, just a bunch of Singaporeans, only know pho.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So they brought us to this place. So here comes the second incident, right?
Yeah.
So after the cab and everything, while she was alighting, I alighted first, of course, because I was nearer to the door. Then, while she was alighting, she quite intentionally, okay? While alighting, she flashed me.
I hate this story so fucking much. I can't believe I oh my god.
Right? And then
That's
I was
cool,
like, okay,
I guess.
I'll
This story makes me uncomfortable.
lend you an arm and let you drunkenly support yourself while we walk, right? And then we walk, reach the supper place, right? She ordered. There was this like basically like you imagine yu yuan mian, fishball noodles.
Yeah.
She started to take out all the ingredients, left the noodle and the soup, right? Right.
Yeah.
Then she put the noodle and soup aside, and then she started to feed me the ingredients.
What the fuck is going on?
So I started to tell my friends, like, all right, guys, I think we're gonna have to call it a night real soon because this birthday girl is getting a little bit out of control.
Yeah,
right?
She's probably very drunk
She's
by
in
that point,
too
I'm
deep.
assuming.
She's in too deep, huh?
She's probably very drunk at that point already, I'm assuming.
Pretty drunk. And I think she was feeling a little bit hot and bothered, maybe.
Sure.
So, why I say hot and bothered? Because here comes the kicker.
Yeah. Oh my god. I no. Oh no.
Here comes the kicker.
I don't want to
Okay,
kick
so
her,
after
though.
feeding me ingredients and then me trying to tell her that it's fine, you can have it on yourself, right? She was coming on really strong. And then after that, she cannot really speak English, right? Because they're all Vietnamese. They can speak Chinese and Vietnamese and maybe some broken English here and there enough to communicate and stuff like that. So she suddenly pulled me closer and whispered into my ear.
No, please don't say it. No.
One word that made me immediately tell my friends that let's call this off and then we zao.
What, which is?
She whispered. I'm gonna emulate it.
No, please don't emulate it.
Check, is this ASMR enough?
Yeah.
This thing is pretty ASMR.
I hate this so much. Already.
She whispered, hotel. Yeah, so she whispered that
people
word
are
and I was
listening on
like, alright,
Spotify.
ladies and gentlemen, or rather, alright, gentlemen,
Yeah.
it's time to go.
It's time to
Right?
get the fuck out of here. That's what it is.
So because they didn't speak English, so I told them, it's time to go, like, let's abort. and then back then, right, I wish I replied, Blue Man says hotel, Trivago, right? I wish I said Trivago, but that ad didn't exist yet.
Oh my god, it's so long ago. Okay. Have you?
It's so long ago.
I'm assuming you have
So
not
after
had
that,
contact with her.
No lah, I don't even know who she is. I don't even remember her name, nor do I have her contact information. Abort mission, right? Go back. So I told my friends that we gotta go. So the dudes were like, okay, you know, 不好意思, like in Chinese, right? Apologize. Sorry, we gotta go, right? When I got up,
Yeah.
she got up.
Oh no. You had to
So
like,
I
no.
put my hand on her shoulder and I press her down. Put my hand on her shoulder. I press her down, and then you know I don't know what got over me. Maybe I was a little bit tipsy that night. I gave her a kiss on the cheek, and then I just fast walk out.
When I pitched this idea to John for the podcast, I did not think
Yeah.
I'll be this uncomfortable. I am
Well,
extremely uncomfortable now. I feel
now
everything
the
about it.
internet
I
knows
hated
my- Well, the
your
internet knows
past.
my clubbing story, and
Damn right.
the most epic clubbing story that I've actually told a lot of my friends. But yeah, you know, now you all know. So
I
it
hated
was
every moment of it.
now having said that, right, was it fun? It was still incredibly fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's the
I
best
still
part,
don't
right?
like clubbing, but
As
I
in,
had a
like-
lot of fun.
I feel like clubbing stories are never like good, like by itself. You know, it's always bad shit that has happened. And
If
then
your
it's just
standards
in
are
hindsight.
low, then clubbing stories always end well.
Yeah, correct. It will never end well, but it's always
Right.
like on hindsight, it's like funny and fun. You know, it's
If
one of
your
those things.
standards or your self-control is low
Yeah,
on a particular night that you're clubbing, then the stories will end pretty well.
depends on who you ask, to be honest. But goddamn, I feel very uncomfortable right now. Then also, guys, PSA to guys, when the clubs do open, don't, please, for the fucking love of God, please don't randomly touch girls and like grab girls
Yeah,
on the
and
waist.
please don't
And respect
even no
them,
matter how much you
please.
drink,
Yeah,
please don't stick your friend's hand into people's.
please, for the love of
Clothes.
God, please don't do that. Blue Man
I wanted to
says,
smack my friend, you know, but then after that, right, he was like drunk as shit to the point whereby we were worried that he would walk onto oncoming traffic while we were on the way back. After we abort mission, right? So we walked back to
Yeah, yeah.
Airbnb, right? He was weaving through the road because he cannot walk straight.
oh no. Blue Man says, Lamau, you
And
shouldn't
this
go to
is-
the club if you no self-control. Indeed.
Mm.
Oh my
Mhm.
God. Okay, nothing can beat your clubbing story already. Like,
Yeah,
I was about to say a
that's-
clubbing story, but I feel like there's no point in me sharing anymore.
That was the most epic clubbing night I've ever had.
My clubbing story is it's not even like the most epic. It's always like pockets. I feel like every time I go clubbing, there's always like one thing that happened that I can look back on and think that was a funny moment. It's never together at one. It's never all of it at one time. It's always like there's this one particular thing that happened that I'm like, what the fuck? How did that happen? And some of it was like, one of my friends started like randomly crying in the club, and then crying while dancing, and then I was like, "Are you okay?" Then she was like, in the club, telling me her like relationship problems. And I'm like,
That's a classic
you
example of
fine?
a sad drunk.
yeah, I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm a sleepy drunk. So
And then after that, like one more other was like this one guy who was like, I had a friend group, one of them was gay, and then I think in this friend group there's one other guy who was like bi-curious, but the rest of us we thought that he was straight. Then they kissed in the club that day. Then we all just
Ooh.
kind of stared at it. I'm like, oh, I guess this is happening. I guess, and then just moved on with our lives. And that's our clubbing stories. And I don't think that will ever meet up to John's craziest clubbing story. But maybe some of
know-
your stories will.
yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure there are more people with crazier stories, but yeah, that's just my contribution to this conversation. And yeah, you know, those of you in the comments, I want you to leave your most epic clubbing story pre-COVID, man.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID when things were a little bit wilder.
Yeah, but anyways, on to the audience's clubbing stories. I asked the Telegram chat what are some of the clubbing stories, and some of them have come back with some of the interesting ones. So let me just read out some of the interesting ones also. This anonymous person said that I was part of an all-woman sports club and our teammate's birthday party is coming up. So the team captain suggested we celebrate at Bang Bang. So Bang Bang is a club. I think it still is actually, but I'm not sure if it still exists, to be honest. I went before. But he said that like let's just say that my Virgin clubbing experience was not all that great. The loud clubbing music made my head spin. I didn't enjoy talking over the music so that I could be heard. Most of my teammates were dead ass drunk by the end of the night, and I swore I would never set foot in the club anymore. The initial FOMO feeling wasn't all that FOMO, lol. So, I guess to a lot of people, their first clubbing experience was like the one time that made them realize that it was just a bad experience. There
It's
also
just
yeah.
a thing. Oh.
I think it's just a preference thing, I feel. And there's some
Yeah.
other people who also say, like, for example, Denzel, who never fails to never reply the question. He says, just wanted to say, clubbing virgin over here. Why do you even submit your goddamn response? But Denzel says, thanks COVID. Also never understood appeal of clubbing. Would rather go to a bar or bistro than a club. And actually, that's like a lot of people were actually saying that as well. Like, hate
Yeah.
clubbing. They
And
don't like it
hence the
because it's full of
popularity
BO.
of Siam Tiu.
That's true lah. They say like a lot of BO smells like this person said that the floor damn sticky, which is
Yeah.
true that I never understood why. Why
Spilt
does
drinks.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about it. That's true. Or it smells like
Yeah.
it's filled with semen. For some reason it kind of does. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know why. And then this one guy, Wo Chicka Bao Bao, says someone actually saw a certain YouTuber motorboat a girl's chest in the club. And
I
to which I thought, was it John? Then I realized it's probably not John.
I am not so distasteful.
What else? One more person said that like I went out for a friend's birthday, 21st birthday. They booked the room, had pre-drinks. People started pouring drinks into my mouth, and I started to get more tipsy. As I headed to the dance floor, I started dancing. Someone suddenly asked me if I wanted to go to his church, which I thought was kind of weird, but sure, you do
No,
you.
but all things considered, not the worst thing to be approached for on the dance floor.
At least it wasn't hotel, you know.
Right? I mean, most people approach you on the dance floor because they're expecting you to be on the dance floor ready to whip your body parts out later on in the night, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Church is, I mean, I'll give it to
Could
this
be
person
worse.
and actually go.
Could be worse if all things considered.
Yeah.
I headed the dance floor and started dancing. Somebody asked, okay, he wanted to smoke, so we headed out. And all I remember is me rejecting him and attempting to walk back to the hotel. Fast forward sometime later, all I knew is my friends were shaking me awake and I was lying on the gutter. So I've been to like a few clubs before where like after like in Clarke Quay, you want to take a grab. And there are some people that will just be like lying on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, they're just drunk. And they're like passed out.
Yeah.
And I always never know what to do with them. Like, do I wake them up? Do I like make sure I get them in a taxi? Or do I just leave them be and hope that like natural selection does its thing?
You know, I leave them be.
I also leave them be, but I always feel a little bit bad. I'm like, do I deal with this? Like, this guy or girl obviously looks like they're not having a great time and they can't go back home, you know. And I always
I
feel
don't
a little
even
bit
know
bad.
whether they're alone. And then I worry
Yes, yeah.
that people misunderstand.
Yes, yeah. This other person named V. I went to a club for the first time when I was interning overseas. It was a fellow Singaporean's birthday. And basically this whole thing, she continued to say a few lines, but they said that like, at first, not too sure what happened. We went over to wish him a happy birthday. People came by to drink with him when here and there. Not too sure what happened, but I was standing around him and started getting feeling like my shoes got wet. At first, I don't understand why and just got them annoyed. I looked around and realized that to avoid getting drunk, he just kept pouring the drinks away, like splashing it past him.
Oh!
I'm like,
That's so smart.
wait a minute. I'm like, do people actually do that? I've never seen that. First of all, drinks are
I've
damn
never
expensive.
seen that, but this guy is smart. It's like there's some sleight of hand.
Maybe this guy like just really doesn't want to be there. It's like,
Yeah.
like, God damn it, like people keep making me
But
drink that I don't want to drink.
he might be a magician.
Maybe. Brianna says
Because there's
not
some next level sleight of hand.
indeed. Brianna, your girlfriend next. Not really a bar, but a dodgy siam tiu. Horrible experience. Girls were scary and glaring. Had to leave early and cigarette smell could not get out of my hair for days. 10 out of 10 will not go again.
Siam Tiu
That's-
is not club lah.
Siam tiu is not a club. I haven't been to Siam tiu actually.
Siam Tiu is Thai disco, which is more like a CD bar, if you
Yeah.
think about it.
Have you been before?
So, yeah.
Do you prefer Siam tiu to a club?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't been before.
Firstly, the
actually.
music is not as loud.
That's the key
Secondly,
criteria.
when you're drinking there with friends, there are actually tables for you to drink at.
Oh, that's true. And it's like it's like in a room, right? Not like shoulder to shoulder with some weirdo.
Yeah.
This other person said went to Azura with a few friends, drank a little too quickly and ran to the toilet to vomit. Barged into a toilet cubicle thinking it was empty, only to witness a couple midst fellatio. Managed to get to an adjacent cubicle to empty my gut and awkwardly escape without making eye contact as the couple emerged sheepishly from the hotel the same time as me. So just bad, like just these are the things that happen in clubs.
I mean, you see, we as people who have been through that time phase, I guess we have the mental capacity to say that it is truly a new low if
It's
you're
a new
caught
low.
caught
Dead.
third basing and fourth basing with people in a club toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
that being said, I hope they enjoy themselves.
Hey, look, as long, you know what? I guess to each his own. I don't know. I know it's illegal
Yeah.
or whatever, but you know what?
You know, your life is tough. Get wasted while you're young and then learn from that and grow up.
Make the mistake and grow up, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you know, like how people always say when you're young, get your heart broken once or twice. I will add on, get your heart broken once or twice, get wasted once or twice, and then
And then never do it
Yeah.
ever again. Fatal
say
Destiny.
you'll never do it ever again. Do it one or two more times, and then after that, properly just grow up.
Definitely. Fatal Destiny is the last one from our Twitch chat. He said, I was 19 and went to Zook, the old Chuck Kim one, with some of my NS camp mates. Hartwell, which is I guess the person playing, was the main reason I went there
Yeah.
since he was playing that night. And one of my camp mates was opening a table upstairs in the members area. So he wrote a whole ass story, but I was going to go to the end. The next time I opened my eyes and returned to consciousness, I was sprawled onto the couch and a cleaning staff was attempting to slap me awake. Boy, 4:30 a.m. already, time to go home. Zook was silent and vacant by then, except for the cleaners and I. Unfortunately, not one of my campmates was to be found. They pretty much just left me there on the couch and headed somewhere home themselves. I started my way out of the streets to hail a cab home. So, basically, that will happen to you. If you have bad friends who don't. And here's the thing: sometimes they're just like too drunk to notice that you are missing from the group. And I think they are Blue Man says get better friends. Indeed. And that's the reason why I'm always the one who's sober, like in the friend group, just to make sure that we don't lose people.
Guys, he's trying to say he's the better friend. No,
I am the better friend. I am. You know what? I'll take it. I am the better friend. Thank you, John, for saying it out loud. But
No.
we have gone through all the clubbing stories already, John. Do you have any final words of advice for the people who are going to the club for the first time?
I do.
Let's go.
For those of you that are going for the first time, wear comfortable shoes.
Yes, don't wear like... Okay, you can wear heels, I guess, but it'll be a tough time.
Remember to ask for consent.
Consent, yes.
Yeah,
Important.
and the last one is always use protection.
Yes, and also for the guys, please, don't be the guy that like randomly touches girls. Like, don't ask. Like, just ask. And like, if they say no, don't be a dick. Just accept the rejection. Move on with life. And remember consent. All right, that's all. But above and beyond everything, I feel like just go in and have fun. Right? Have fun. Know your limits, but have fun and like just enjoy yourself. If you don't enjoy yourself, know that like, hey, I did it once and I know it's not my thing, and just go to the bar from then on.
And it's fine if you don't enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's fine to.
But
yeah,
give
you don't
it a
have
go.
to. Yeah, you don't have to give in to like the whole social norms thing.
And also, a club is a terrible place to be bringing your partner. So
yeah, and also, club is a terrible place to find a lover. So the bar is where you should go. I made that joke twice. I should not have. With that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of IMO. I know it's a short one, but yes, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe. Don't get COVID. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
bye-bye. That being said, emo night is not clubbing. Emo night is emo night. Bye.